Alright, I'm here with Tony Curtis. We've just been out on his obstacle course for a bit of a look. Didn't do a run, just did a walk around and had a bit of a look. Just here to find out how the worlds were. Spartan World Champs. You come 17th, I think, didn't you?
16th.
16th overall?
16th and second in the old boys class, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Nice. And you forgot your check too, you were saying? You forgot to get your check.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you left early.
Yes, yeah. I didn't realise I actually had age group, places for age groups.
Yep.
And me and a couple other boys went back to the house, but then Deanna and a couple others stayed behind presentation and said I actually had to get back and pick up me check, big check for the
old boys.
Second place, old boys, yeah.
Nice. And so, how was it?
It was good. It was tough, like the terrain, very, very tough as up and down. Personally, I think the course didn't suit me. It was more of a small man's course, a runner's course. I was holding my own going up, coming down. I was struggling, but keeping with the smaller fellas. They were putting it to me on the downhills. Actually, Lachlan, he came flying past me at 100 miles an hour just before the sandbags. Like I was standing still, we came past, and then 20 metres later, he was going so fast he fell over, tripped over a log, ass up. And I said, "Oh, you're right, mate. Yeah, no, right, just not the first one." So and I thought, oh, he's got a second one, and I thought, because how he's running endurances and that, yeah, he's really good at the long stuff. I thought he'd just keep on going and just mow him down, because he was absolutely flying, and he was fresh and he was really going. And so I said, "Good luck, mate. Way to go." And then when we come to the sandbag, I was surprised he struggled on the sandbag, and I got him back on the sandbag. Yeah, I didn't think there was enough obstacles in the race for my liking. Like, yeah, we were running literally miles before we come to an obstacle up in the hills. But it's over a beautiful course.
So I've sort of always seen you as a runner, like in this other Spartan team when I raced against you, you've always seemed to take off. So when you say it was a runner's course, were these guys just super quick, were they? Or?
Yeah, and because it was more the terrain, just the real steep stuff, like.
So getting your weight,
yeah,
you had your body up there.
Yeah, right. Not so much up. I was all right going up. It was coming down on the real steep stuff. I was, yeah, like after many miles, I was finding coming down on steep stuff a bit slow compared to the other fellas. Yeah. Yeah,
I think Matt Murphy said last year that he said there's just some crazy guys just coming flying down those hills. You know,
like Matt Murphy would have done well on it. It would have suited him, I think, personally, to the ground. That course, being a bit smaller fella, he would have done really well on that terrain, I would have thought.
So you think he would have been up there again?
I think so. I reckon so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's hard to comprehend, because like obviously I've raced against you as well, and in something like the Beast here, I suppose it's equivalent for the Australian race. Like nothing compares to the elevation there. And guys like you are beating me by now. Then you go over there, and the guy that won that's beating you by now. I just think, that's just insane.
Yeah. Like don't get me wrong. I like the hills. I like the toughness of the hills and that, but this. Yeah, just kept on going and going, and I was getting knocked up from coming down more than anything on the downhills. Yeah.
So would you change your training? Is there anything you can do to change your training? Like, would you do more downhill stuff, or would you just do more running in general?
Yeah, more just walking up really steep stuff which you can't run up. Just walking for hours up and up type thing. But yes, I do need more training coming down hills. Yeah,
I've spoken to a couple of people that done ultra, like marathons, nothing to do with obstacles, but they say that there's actually a technique to being able to walk up hills quick, because a lot of those ones don't run and they actually overtake people running up hills. So yeah. So you reckon you would do a lot more walking up steep elevation? I
think so. Yeah. I reckon so. It would definitely help out. Because I was very lucky where I got that I did get like 16th is because I did very, very well on the obstacles. I got a burpee free course, and I'm chuffed about that, actually getting through the whole thing without
Yeah, right.
any burpees.
They make a big difference. I know they do. They burn you right out.
Oh.
The burpees, they kill you.
I honestly don't know if I wouldn't be able to do them towards the end because my legs were cramped up so much. It would have been. I don't know if I could have done the burpees. Yeah.
Well, the guys last year were saying that there was people literally taking an hour to do their 30 burpees.
Yeah.
They still finish the course, but that's so yeah. So you say you're cramping? Was that about halfway through, or?
No, it was after the sandbag. We'd done all the steep terrain up and down, and it was after the sandbag because it was just high exertion, carrying the heavy weights. I think they're about 30 kilos each, the sandbags, and like carrying 2 of them. After that, yeah, the inside of my legs just cramped up majorly. I had to stop for a little bit, and I managed to loosen them up enough. And then I kept walking, and then I managed a slow jog, but that was it. So.
And what nutrition did you have? Did you have a nutrition plan, or?
Yeah, or they said they were having a water stop every 2 miles.
Yep.
The first one was at 1 mile, then 2 miles from there on in.
Yep.
So with that in mind, I only had a litre water on my camelback. I didn't have full. I thought I'd be right with a litre, which, as it worked out, it was absolutely perfect for me.
Yeah.
And then I just had gels. I had a muesli bar, like something solid, but I didn't feel as though I needed it and didn't want it.
Yep.
So I just had gels, like the hammer gels, and I actually had some with caffeine, and I don't drink coffee, I don't have anything, and it's the first time I've had them, so I was hoping they'd give me a real hit because I'm not used to the caffeine, which they did seem to. They really give me a good pickup, so I was happy with that.
How often were you having them?
I'd say roughly, I didn't have a watch on. It's just when I kind of felt like it.
Yep.
I'd say roughly around every 40 minutes, I reckon.
Okay.
And I did have those Enduro magnesium tablets or whatever, salt.
Yeah.
Tablets. Had a few of them though. They got a bit worse. I did have them in a clip-lock bag, but they still got a bit wet, so it was a bit of an issue to have them. It was kind of dip your finger in the powder type thing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I thought for the training I'd done, and I had a really good race.
Yep.
Like I was disappointed that I cramped up because I felt I could have been 20 minutes, even more, even quicker than that, like because it was easy terrain that last bit, but I was having to go pretty slow on it. Yeah,
that's what they said, that he'd jam-packed the last mile, I think, with just heaps of obstacles, and they sent you back up the hill as well in the end, just to try and break you all.
Yeah, it wasn't real. It was up the hill, but not like it had been. It was only part way up the hill, that type of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it was definitely obstacle heavy at the end of the race because there's not much at the start of the race. Yeah.
Yep.
But I personally thought a lot of the obstacles were a bit soft for a world title event.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the hardest one?
Definitely the sandbag.
Yep.
It was just full on extreme. Yeah, carrying the 2 sandbags because you couldn't put them on your shoulders because they weren't balanced well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And well, I had you picked as being I said we had a bit of a discussion on Facebook when the race was going. I think it must have been about 10 or 11 o'clock at night when it started here, and a few of us were having a discussion, and I had you picked as being the top place male. I said,
thank you.
I knew you'd be there.
That was
so.
There was big call though to get, especially over Lockie, because he's awesome at the endurance stuff and that. Like he just keeps going. Yeah. Like I said, when he come past me, I thought
you wouldn't see him again.
I wouldn't see him again. I thought he was off. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was following you, and then I don't know where it was, but you're kicking on. I think you're in 37th, and you're kicking on, and then you got down to 20th. Then you went backwards again. You must have lost a lot of spots there at some stage, middle of the race.
Yeah, I think that would have been when I was coming. Must have been when I was coming down the last steep stuff in that, because I did lose a few spots coming down and that. It's
Yeah.
I think that must have been where it was. Because where did you see where I was in relation to the sandbag? Because I picked up a lot of spots on the sandbag.
No, they only had on the feed that we're looking at. They only had about 5 different time breaks, or 5 or 7 different time breaks, and I don't think I've seen the sandbag there. The log carry, there was a break at the log carry. There was a, they had the certain checkpoints, and didn't actually say when the sandbag carry was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't tell you that. But so what do you do now? It's you've got Sydney Spartan next weekend, do you?
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that. Actually, really looking forward to that. I've changed my training totally now because I've sacrificed a bit of I felt a fair bit of speed for the Vermont. I was doing more steep stuff, like trying to get a bit of strength in my legs, which I think I did. I still needed more, but I did definitely get a lot more strength in my legs for the steep stuff. But now I'm trying to get a bit of speed back into my legs not for the Sydney, but mainly for the World OCR. I met one of the fellas over there who actually designed the course, and he said I should do very, very well. It should suit me to the ground, that course. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's obstacle heavy.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
are you doing opens, or are you going in masters for this one, or?
No, I'll be doing opens. Yeah.
Opens. Excellent. Awesome.
Yep.
And you got your sights set on sort of next year as well, and just keep improving. Like, is this something you want to do?
Yeah. Or
keep doing.
It's like anything, I suppose. The first time is kind of a learning curve.
Yeah.
And now I've done it. I know what to expect and step up. Like everyone there said the course was harder this year. There was more internationals there. I think there was 18 different countries represented.
Awesome,
this
that's
time.
good. Yeah.
And the elevation was a lot more elevation this year.
Yeah.
Like going off the GPS and that off the computer, everyone's saying it's around 8,500 feet gain.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it was nothing to sneeze at. But definitely a learning curve. But I'm just so appreciative that I put in that position that I could do it. Like Max Spartan Australia put it on, and I'm just so appreciative to be able to get over there and be with the team. It was such a, I say to anyone to go for it, because it was such a good experience being over there with the whole team. Everyone is just like so nice and so easy to get on with, and such a good experience being there with the team, and that was absolutely awesome. I'd recommend it to anyone. Yeah, if you want to have a good time, definitely.
Well, I'll definitely be there. I don't think I'll make it there next year, but I think maybe 2 years is my goal to get there.
Awesome. Yeah.
But and even the world as well, the world champions, which we're going to in a couple of weeks. I see myself getting there as well. But it's just a slow road, as you know, to get to the.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of adventure racing and triathlons in your.
Yeah, well, like anything,
background.
If you love it, keep doing it. And I absolutely just love it. Yeah, like if I could do this full time, I'd be as happy as pig in mud. Like,
it's awesome, isn't it?
Love it. Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, got to work to get the
right.
money to do it.
So I just a few, the top Americans and that's what they do full time over there.
Yeah, right.
But but being able to have the opportunity to firstly be selected and then actually be taken over there and compete in that, I'm just so grateful being to Spartan Australia, be able to do it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent. Oh, well, thanks for that, mate. And I'll see you in the starting line 2 weeks' time in Sydney.
Will do.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks, mate. Man. Cheers.